Welcome to Living Ultra, where we talk about all things ultra running. And today we're going to talk about Dead Cow Gulley. 5 of the top questions you get asked typically about backyard ultras.
That's kind of fun to do that. Like, do things that don't seem humanly possible.
Yes, this is Team USA.
Team USA. Team USA.
Today we're going to talk about Dead Cow Gulley, Backyard Ultra, Australia. How much did you enjoy going to Australia, honey?
I really loved Australia. It was amazing. It was my first time being there.
And this was your first opportunity to crew for me in a bit of a while. How was it your first time being like in charge of a backyard ultra crewing? What did you learn from the experience? Honey, how was your break?
It was nice.
How's your thumb?
Better.
I think one of the biggest thing was, like taking care of yourself as crew. Like we planned, right? For like food for me, like I bought food for myself, but I realized after 2 days, I kind of ran out of food that I bought for myself. And so by day 4 into the race.
Yeah.
First question that we have is that you get asked a lot is, how do you overcome the sleep deprivation?
So if I give 100+% effort, then I will be satisfied.
How long did your race last at Dead Cow Gulley?
So my personal participation in the race lasted 383 miles.
Yeah.
So basically the first night is not as hard for me. I feel like there's a couple elements. One is like people build their tolerance and their ability to like improve with sleep deprivation. So that's one. Another is like finding like methods to keep yourself like awake. And like for me, it would be like at times like listening to music, talking to other runner, or like being with another runner. Also like drinking caffeinated drinks like Tailwind and Coca-Cola. Something that can be built with effort and time and practice.
Yeah, but I do know like at Biggs, you have had sections where you have been able to sleep for like, 2 or 3 minutes and then, get up and go again. You did not sleep at Dead Cow Gulley, except for maybe, you would rest, but you never got into,
Yeah.
you never fell asleep.
Biggs, 2 minutes maybe. Yeah, at Dead Cow Gulley, my tent encampment wasn't as good as what I have at Biggs.
What's your fueling or like calorie plan during backyard ultras?
All right. Well, honey, you gotta test all the food out,
Do you have like a pretty set plan that that you consume this amount of calories every hour, or do you have like what is your plan? How do you fuel?
No, I go off of more based on feel, but I feel that I'm pretty good with that. Like I can tell when I've like starting to bonk from not getting enough calories, or I just kind of keep track of it in my mind. But so I typically am consuming like 300 or more calories an hour. It's a big nice bucket of hummus, and the crew also helps. Like you helped with keeping that going. It takes some focus too. So I know for other runners, they have things maybe scripted and written down into like a Excel page, and that works well too. But it's just like for me, I've been doing it for a long time, so I really like to go off a feel.
I just don't see you use silverware too often, so
If you're using silverware, it's you don't want to know what's on my hands.
that is a yes.
Yeah, it was very interesting at Dead Cow Gulley because being there for so long and getting to know like all the other crews, you definitely got to see like so many different variations of fueling. And we did see teams with, really strict scheduled spreadsheets, of how many calories and what exactly they would be eating per hour to get those calories. So there's like that end of the spectrum, and then there's your end of the spectrum, which what you're going to eat, but you also kind of go on feel. Like I'm not really feeling this right now, so I think I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah, I do adapt quickly.
Yes.
If I'm like if I get sort of like fatigued, like palate fatigue in terms of like something I'm eating or drinking, I like to shift it. But also, there are times where you might say, oh, like my cousin showed up, who's Australian, lives in Brisbane, Sam and Michelle, and like they brought like some like a bag of vegan like treats and all kinds of stuff from the grocery store on the way.
Want to try one of these?
Yeah. Is that vegan one?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Combine.
It's really nice to like eat something that you had no plan on eating, and then somebody just comes in and is like, oh, you know, some of this. So question number 3, what is some good advice that you'd give for your crew?
All right, guys.
Hey.
All right.
Okay.
These were very nice. Thank you so much.
Look up at the rainbow.
Yeah, I will look up.
Straight ahead. Straight ahead.
Oh my goodness, that is so freaking sweet.
I think both of us can kind of answer that, especially if you're going to be like multi-day, there for Backyard Ultra. It's really important that the crew, especially if it's one person, like it was one person there, me in Australia. Now, we're really fortunate to have your cousin Sam stop in, and I got like a 4-hour break. We also had Zach that had crewed for you like a couple years ago. He would step in and give me like an hour break once a day. And then we had Allison and Nathan, who is a local family there in Australia. That was absolutely amazing. So they had went to the store even for us and got some stuff once or twice, I feel like.
You got a special delivery on pancakes.
Oh my
Pikelets.
Pancakes.
Pancakes, really?
Little banana pancakes.
No way.
No?
Are you serious? They were amazing.
They brought me food when we kind of realized I was running out of food. So Allison and Nathan were awesome. So yes, I was primarily Harvey's crew, but we were really fortunate to have these other people step in so I could take a little bit of a break. Question number 4, training suggestions for someone that's wanting to get started in Backyard Ultras.
I do this in bad water. Feels good. I like a massage.
That's 29 years of running ultras right there.
Just sign up. That's number 1. But also,
I like that. Just sign up.
Yeah. Number 1, sign up. And honestly, if you're doing a marathon or you've just come off of doing a 100-mile race or 50K, whatever it may be, like the Backyard Ultra, you don't necessarily have to shift your training very much. Like some things that you want to develop are like, perhaps you want to look at practicing a couple times a month of like eating and then running, or also like practice. Maybe you can do it like once or twice, 3 times before your event. Just do a simulation where you do like 4 or 5 hours and you just practice like what it would be like to come back and like sit down, eat some food, and then get started again. Like that might be a real nice setup.
Yeah, I like that idea too. But would you recommend doing more than 5 hours and like simulating the race, or do you think 4 or 5 is?
I think that's great.
Yeah. I think so too. What's your next big goal?
My next big goal is October 18th. We have the World Championship, individual World Championship of Big's Backyard. So my goal will be full force to stay in that race all the way to the end. So that's my goal for this year.
And who's your crew?
It will be Judd Poindexter, who's been my crew over the last couple bigs. Unless you want to come down too, honey, and like substitute in. So they're gonna let people substitute crew in every 12 hours from like 7 to 8 a.m. or 7 to 8 p.m. I believe is the last I heard. But it's definitely like building to be an incredible race. We have 75 runners from many countries around the globe, and just to qualify now, I believe is like something like 80 hours plus.
Wow.
So it's going to be a total huge event, and I'm coming in like as ranked 8th in the world. So we got a lot of people with great competition. So it's
Awesome.
going to be a great event.
Well, let us know if there's anything in particular that you want us to do a video on. We would love to hear your feedback, and thanks for joining us.
Or any questions you may have in the comments. We'll see you next time. Bam, right? You just have to like edit out some big parts. Welcome to Dead Cow Gulley, episode 28.
Episode 28.
No, I was just messing around. Okay, here we go.
So when it came to crewing, I was primarily your crew.
You were the crew
For-
chief. Yeah.
I did 90% of the work.
Okay. All right.
So when it came to crewing, I was primarily your crew.
So, welcome to Living Ultra. And on this episode, we're going to talk about Dead Cow Gulley in Australia, which
Mom, we hear ya on the video.